Judgment number 7. Learned counsel for the appellants contended the present controversy having been concluded by a recent judgment of this court is no longer res integra. He further contended that the appellants are entitled to appropriate the costs from the principal amount of compensation then towards interest on total amount of compensation from the date of taking possession till date of payment as determined by the collector as well as the High Court. The hierarchy of courts would determine the compensation after considerable delay, and the owner or interested person is entitled to be compensated for loss in value of their land. On determination thereof, the estate as judgment debtor is liable to restitute the owner with just compensation by way of principal amount and interest accrued thereon. The owner of the land is entitled to appropriate the principal amount deposited by the collector in the first instance towards costs, then towards interest on total amount, and the balance amount and interest accrued thereon is entitled to be recovered in execution. Therefore, the High Court was not right in holding that the appellants were entitled to the interest only from the respective dates of the award of the collector or the orders of the court. The direction not to appropriate the amount deposited by the collector first towards costs and then interest is clearly illegal. In this behalf, it is appropriate to notice relevant provisions of the Act. Section 23 envisages that in determining the amount of compensation to be awarded for land acquired under the Act, the court shall take into consideration the market value of the land at the date of the publication of the notification. After notification under Section 4 was published in the Gazette and an enquiry under Section 5A conducted, publication of the declaration under Section 6 in the Gazette gives conclusiveness to the public purpose. The state is authorized to empower a specified officer to proceed for taking steps under the Act to determine the compensation. On service of notice under Section 9, read with Section 10, inquiry under Section 11 would be conducted and the collector land acquisition officer makes an award thereunder. Section 12 enjoins him to serve notice unless the party is present either in person or through counsel at the time of making of the award. It would thus be seen that Section 34 of the Act fastens liability on the collector to pay interest on the amount of compensation determined under Section 23 1 with interest under Section 34 from the date of taking possession till date of payment or deposit into the court, to which reference under Section 18 would be made.